Hello and welcome back to the Shmuseum, where we've got quite a few bits and pieces coming up this week, which we're going to be bringing you guys along behind the scenes for. Now, to begin with, I'm sure you'll notice the G63 is still parked there over my shoulder, as it's pretty much been in daily use and is absolutely filthy, so I don't really want to bring it in any further than that. And speaking of cars being dumped around because they're filthy, we have the AMG GT Black Series just over here, and the Huracan STO, which are very shortly going to be going out on an adventure, which we will fill you in more details of soon. And also, just over here, we have the AMG GTR Roadster, which has now been taken by Tim as he swapped out of daily driving duties from the Black Series and has jumped into that. And I really can see why he's gone through so many of these cars now. In terms of practicality, performance, everyday usability, comfort, I'm not sure there's another car out there that really has such a breadth of capability in terms of these things. Now, as I said, we've got quite a few bits and pieces coming up this week. Schmark 150 will also be joining us for some of these adventures. He'll be here shortly, and I think we're going to have to pull out a car for him, so we'll see what he's going to want to take and what else is coming up soon. Now, as we said, the Huracan STO and the GT Black Series have just kind of been dumped here in what's soon to be our new office. So we're going to have to stop doing this soon because we're not going to be able to in future, not without going through a glass wall, which will be a bit much to clean up. So I think we're going to get these parked up. Now, traditionally, Brad, when parking these, you're absolutely useless at guiding me into a space. And I'm not having a go, it's just fact.
I used to be pretty good at it. And then over time, for some reason, I've just lost my touch with making sure the cars are really lined up.
And we'll end up with one car here and one here. I don't know how it happens. So I think I'm going to give you some keys.
Thank you.
Start with the Lambo. And, well, I think I should probably take this.
You can come to the back and we'll get another starter.
Yep, there you go.
There was a comment I read and someone said, I'm getting really fed up of all the cold starts. Really? How can you get fed up with hearing V10 and V8s and whatever else we have in here starting up?
I don't know. I mean, as a car guy, it's pure heaven. So I think without further ado, let's get you jumped in and let's hit. So I don't know if it will be a cold start, but let's find out. Oh yes, that sounds pretty good indeed. And now I'm deaf. I'm deaf. That looks about right. And if we keep coming back, I think that looks about right. That seems... No, there isn't, but I think we've got about the same distance between those two wheels as those two wheels. So I think this is great success.
Great success.
Everyone seemed to love that comment on the last video.
Try it again.
Oh, he's gone. Should we just stand here and not let him out?
But yes, people did enjoy that.
No, you want to be in there, you stay in there. You go away. No one wants to talk to you anymore.
I'm going to go through the other side.
Okay, so we finally let him out the car.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shall we tell them how I got out?
No.
Passengers. No, you did let me out.
I did eventually let him out.
Now, and we need to have a key.
So, yep, you take that one, I'll take that one.
The yellow one.
Yes, isn't it? I know Tim raised it in his video, but it's a bit shocking how that is effectively the same key, that you would get on like a 2014 A or C class.
Yeah, I mean, case in point, C63 Black Series, it's the same key. Yeah, it's not that old, but...
I mean, in fairness, this right here is, apart from the bit on the end that says Lamborghini and apart from the word on the back,
it's the same.
It's exactly the same as an Audi A3 key. Yeah. But anyway, onto this one. Now, ordinarily, we probably would leave this where it is, but given the state of the floor at the moment, I think it's not going to be the end of the world if we drag some more dirt through, especially as we do have a cleaning machine which should be being delivered to us in the not too distant future. So if I come round the back...
It's so much comfier than the Lambo. I hate to say it, because that's a really cool thing. Like, look at it. It's pink and yellow and purple and very aggressive, but literally just jumping and sitting in the seat, you just feel so relaxed.
There is something about these seats, I mean, it's obviously the Recaro pole position with the AMG branding, but there is something about these seats. In any car, they're pretty perfect.
The fact Tim put them in the Roadster is great because that's just such a good all-rounder, convertible, same platform, fast.
And I know
practical.
seats are a very personal thing. You might like a seat that I don't, I might like a seat that you don't, but universally, I've never found anyone that isn't very comfortable in this seat.
These are very, very good.
They are.
Cool. You go around there, and we'll have another start-up.
Yep, let's see how we go with this one. In fact, do you know how to do a loud start on an AMG?
I was going to say, we're going to do a loud start.
Okay, excellent. I don't need to teach you how to do that one. Oh, that's quite aggressive. That's good. Okay, let's get this one pumped. Absolute children in here. Absolute children. Now, we're probably going to want to get this one turned around first, given that obviously we've popped the Clio up there, so we no longer have a 3-point turn space as we would have done previously. I love the central reversing light on this. That looks so cool, so race car-esque. I think that's about right. Again, gap looks fairly consistent down the side, so I'm not unhappy with that one. All I know is if had we have swapped roles, that would have gone quite differently.
Very wrong.
Yes. Sorry, I'm filming your chest there. That's not what I want to be doing.
Oh. GT doors. You really
Every time.
And it's not just this has been resprayed and there's a bit of paint. If you open any
It's
GT
just a Mercedes
and you
thing.
don't shut it properly, the door will do that. But
I think I get that each and every time.
yeah, and then lock it.
I'll take that one
Key
back.
back.
Thank you.
And we can go back to... I can go back to doing editing stuff.
Yes, you can take this one back.
Yep, let's swap. Back over. And there we are. The cars are parked up. Let's see what's next.
Brad,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I am just uploading a video onto the Shmee channel, and I've got a few Instagram things to sort out for Shmuseum, Shmuseum, etc. I'd like to try and schedule a couple posts, just have a few things as drafts ready to go, so I can go, do you know what, we want to post the Senna today, and there's a picture of the Senna there, I can hit it, hit share, and it's straight up. So I'm just sort of doing some behind the scenes of running the social pages and just making sure things are all good to go.
Does that mean the guys are going to see a photo of the Senna scene?
Maybe we can post. I'll have to go and check exactly what's been posted recently, because I don't like to make, well, with Shmuseum, we don't want to make sure we post Senna and then something else and then Senna again and then
we want some variation.
You want a bit of a variety of different cars, and that was just me looking back, and obviously through our windows the Senna was pretty much the first thing I saw.
Okay, well...
But yeah, we'll figure out exactly what's being posted.
Yeah. Well, two things we need to sort out.
Okay.
Number one, we haven't yet eaten.
We haven't. So
and that's not an excuse this time to take out a car.
Which one?
I know it normally is, but not on this occasion. I think we maybe will order in. More recently, we actually had a delivery, which I'm not sure you know about. I think Tim may have mentioned these in a video a while back, actually. But we have had something really, really cool turn up. Now, I'm going to slide that to you like that.
I'm going to just hide it because I've seen a badge for a manufacturer on the back, which I don't think people would have seen yet. These are pretty cool.
They are, aren't they? And I think with things like this, it's quite often the... It's often the small details that really make things. Yeah. So, without further ado, let's stop teasing you guys, because we've got a couple of pairs of these.
Give me another 2 seconds, just so I can admire them. No, go on, let's show them.
Brad's delaying you guys. So, what we've managed to get is some valve caps with the AMG crest on them. And like I said, it's the little things. The fact that they are all completely correctly lined up in the packet with the logos facing the correct way up.
That's pretty clever. I didn't notice that straight away.
It's the little things, isn't it?
That's just something that a brand like Mercedes would do.
Yes. Now, we've only got 2 sets of these, and, well, we have more than 2 Mercedes in the garage.
Yes. G, obviously there's more than that in total, but right now there's the G, the GT, and the C. Yes.
So what I'm thinking is maybe we should go and put these on the 2 Black Series cars.
We are making a start then with putting on the new AMG dust caps.
We are indeed, and I must say they look miles better than the very generic cheap grey plasticky ones that it comes with as standard.
That looks quite nice.
It's far more deserving of a black series. So I think we're going to crack on and go around and do the rest of these. There's another packet there, so you can go and do the C-Class.
I'll grab those and go to the C.
You go and do the C63. I'll do this one, and then I think we need to... Well, I'm going to take a guess as to what Schmark is probably going to want to borrow whilst he's visiting. And I think we should pull that out and get another cold start.
You take them.
So you're saying you can't do these?
No, I was going to help, but I don't think I can do them. Not one-handed anyway.
See what I have to put up with, guys? You take those, go and find the other one from the GT Black Series and go and put those together.
You haven't lost one, have you?
No, you have.
You see what I have to put up with? Let me go find it. I found it. It's almost camouflaged with one of the car covers, but we now have 4 old ones, which I guess we'll probably put somewhere in the storage. Maybe, actually, we put them in this packaging so we don't lose them first. But I think they're going to go in the storage, which, as you would have seen, is all enclosed. It's not that messy. Organised chaos, which basically sums up this place. Organised chaos.
So it's time to prepare for the arrival of Schmark 150. Now, as is always the case, it's getting quite late this evening at the Shmuseum, and I think I and Brad definitely want to go home. But we are waiting for Mark to come, pick up a car so that he can run around for the next couple of days whilst he's here. And, well, I know just as much as I absolutely love it, he is in love with the little GR Yaris. So I think we're going to pull this out ready for him, and hopefully that's the one he would have picked. And I highly suspect it will be, because as much as we have these 600, 700, 800 horsepower monsters in here, on a tight, twisty British B road, with the 4-wheel drive system on this, the manual gearbox, I can never say how much I love this car. So we're going to get this out for him. So that means another cold start.
First things first then, cover has to come off, obviously. Oh, this is your new trick.
Not quite.
It kind of works.
It works better on other cars, and it generally ends up about where it is. But anyway, this needs to come
all the way up, yeah.
So obviously, just need to put that in a position. So guys, you can see that it's the outside of the cover that's touching the floor.
This is the outside.
Yes, so nothing that touches the car is touching the floor, so we're not going to damage or scratch anything when we put that back on, just in case you was wondering.
So second step is to remove the C-Tech charger, because this is coming out, we can't leave it attached, otherwise we make a bit of a mess. And
I always forget how cool the rear seat delete kit looks that we did a little while ago with the carbon brace just there. I mean, it looks so cool, and again, it makes it more of that homologated rally car that this is, and that's one of the things that makes this so phenomenal. And when you go back and you look at other cars that have been homologated for rally and race purposes, they're brilliant, brilliant cars, but maybe were not fully appreciated in their day. The Lancia Delta Integrale, the Escort Cosworth, all of these things which were just absolute monsters and are now going for crazy, crazy money. So I'm very interested to see if one day in 10 or 20 years' time, these go up in value. But anyway, I'm waffling. C-Tech is now unplugged.
You better jump in and...
for a cold start.
I haven't heard this cold start in a while, and we all know it's an interesting, loud sound.
Yeah, it's that 3-cylinder offbeat noise, but it's fun.
It's just cool and fun, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, the character of the car, isn't it? So, let's hop in. I think Tim was definitely last in this position.
Did you have to move the seat quite far back?
Yes. Definitely wasn't me last in here.
There it is.
And there we have it. The GR Yaris is ready to go. In fact, I'm just going to pop the key there, so when Mark walks in, he'll be able to grab that, jump in, and pretty much go straight away. I'm assuming he'll probably come and say hello before he does that.
Yeah, we can't just have him walk in and walk straight back, or drive straight back out, but we should probably say hello and let him catch up on anything he hasn't seen.
Yes, there's obviously been a few changes since he was last here, which I guess we'll cut to when Mark arrives and see exactly what those are. And there we are, the little Yaris is ready, and just like that, we are joined by Schmark 150.
Yeah, I'm back in the Shmuseum.
Welcome.
For a few days.
It's been a while.
Yeah, here, yes.
And there's a few changes since you were last here,
Yeah,
namely
the Huracan.
the pink thing.
Yeah. And
Now
the color looks like a bumper. You know, it's like fun from a fun fair. You know, like little bum cars.
I do get that, because they do tend to be really, really metallic,
Yeah.
really sparkly, and that is exactly how that comes across in
But
person.
we probably shouldn't use it as a bumper car.
No, we probably shouldn't, especially with the cost of one of those new
Just get it done.
Cofangos. I do think that would be quite funny to have the big wire that comes off
Maybe we
going up
put
to the
some
ceiling.
rubber tyres around the edge.
Yeah, that could be quite comical. At least that way we could use it as a bumper car.
Like the
at
yellow
that
black.
stage, right?
We can surprise Tim one day.
Yeah, maybe not. But anyway, coming on as well, you haven't been here since we fitted the new headlights to the
Nope.
Clio.
Nope. I
So-
haven't seen that, and I didn't see your tents.
Yes,
New office.
obviously we have our new office, which is just a temporary measure. I know you're not the biggest fan of
it.
that, but it does the job for now.
Yeah, it's warm inside.
Yes. And obviously, yeah, we've changed the
Much
headlights on the
better,
Clio. It looks brand new again, right? I mean, they are brand new headlight units.
Brand new-ish.
Yeah, but it looks much better. It's
It
like it
does.
gives the face of the car a totally new face.
It has literally taken a few years off of it.
Are we washing it?
Are we washing it?
We
Or are we
actually...
not washing it?
At some point, it will need a clean. There's a lot of other work it needs before we get to
No,
cleaning
we're just leaving it dirty
it. Yes.
forever.
Yes. Maybe.
Oh, why not?
I think
Like all the other cars are super clean.
Yes, maybe we should make this the odd one out.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we've got our new golf cans, which have arrived, which are really cool. And we'll
Are they
figure
empty?
something out. They are, unfortunately.
Which I didn't knock over.
You didn't. He nearly did not.
Oh, I saw that,
Yes.
So when are you going to do that with a real car then?
No.
You have the Yaris.
No. We're not damaging the Yaris. I
No,
love
no,
that.
not damaging. We can see a handbrake turn around the...
What about the Taycan?
The Taycan, we can run through them all day long. That one we can do.
Oh, and it has a new window.
Yes, it has a new windscreen.
Oh my
there you
God.
go. Yes, finally the windscreen has been replaced, and I think I could probably finally now admit that that crack and the chip that caused the crack was me.
You've been
Hate to admit it.
basing yourself out recently, haven't you? You said about the mess you made, the little whoopsie with the STO. Now you're saying that crap windscreen was kind of your
Yes,
fault.
it was back when it was literally the first time I ever drove one of Tim's cars, back on the drag race we did with the Taycan and the McLaren Senna, and following the Senna a little too closely with its very sticky rubber, it might have thrown a stone up, and yeah.
But it's sorted.
It is all sorted now, that's all repaired. So I think we're going to crack on for the evening. We're going to catch up and sort a few bits out with Mark whilst he's here, and then you're going to jump in the Yaris,
And go to the hotel.
head back to your hotel, and I think we're going to go home. Not together, but we're going to go home.
Yeah.
So we will see you in the morning.
There is something that I need to talk to you guys about. A little mistake to do with the Lamborghini, the Huracan STO. I say little, it is very little, but I will explain all in just a moment. Before we get to that, we are joined today by a visitor, Colin, the bearded explorer.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you here. So Colin is normally found checking out things like abandoned locations,
Yes.
cars that are completely like scrap or abandoned or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Not stuff that's clean and shiny.
This is the complete opposite.
It's kind of cool though. We've been hanging
Yeah.
out for the day, talking about all sorts of stuff. You should probably say more the kind of things you're normally checking out on your channel.
So normally I'll do abandoned buildings like hospitals, houses and car graveyards as well. And the cars I find, like I said, nothing like this. Probably the most exotic car I found was a Jaguar E-Type. That was very cool, but I mean, this is just mind-blowing, you know.
An E-Type that was not like completed, perfect.
It was barely recognisable. Yeah.
That's quite cool. You see, I love that kind of stuff. Adventure, discovery, right? That's
Yeah.
what your channel's all about.
Yeah.
And we met at the Goodwood Festival of Speed a couple of months back. Time has been flying since, but you helped me out with a few photos and things.
That's right, yeah.
In the chaos of all of that. We've started up a few cars today. We've had a few noises and bits of fun as you do when you're in a garage like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Any favourites?
I mean, the Lamborghini,
Yeah.
the Senna, but that Ferrari
Yeah, we
blew
did.
me away.
We did start up the Novatec 812 GTS again. It's like, we forewarned you that that was going to be loud, right?
Yeah.
And then I hit the button anyway.
And it was just so much louder than I thought it was going to be.
Absolute madness.
Oh, it's crazy.
Anyway, the link to your channel is down below if you guys would like to go and check it out as well. Great to have you here to visit the Shmuseum.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure.
And to have a look at the cars. It's always a good excuse to pull off all the covers and have a look around, so I'm not complaining until everything is built up and so forth. So yeah, thanks for coming.
That's cool. Thank you for having me.
So I need to tell you guys about a few other things. In our lovely makeshift office then, I have two things that have arrived that I would quite like to show you. The first of those is from the guys at Forza Horizon 5, which has of course launched recently. We actually have the game on the Xbox just over in our little lounge area. But this is quite fun. Basically a jerry can that you can kind of hang on the wall, and I'm going to show you what we have inside here as well, which is really quite cool. We've got a license plate holder, US style Shmee 150, that's a nice touch. We have this very colourful controller, which is really cool, and then in this we also have, I think, a candle, a scented candle to smell while you're playing on the game. Why not, hey? So we've got that. Let me see if I can work out how to take this out. I think it's something like this. That is actually really quite nice. Only had one controller for the Xbox. How does this open? This might be one that I need to work out a little bit later on. It's kind of got all these flaps and weird complicated bits. There we go. Gosh, that's quite well packaged in. That's actually pretty zany, but right up my street. Fits with all the colours of the Shmeemobiles pretty much. They're all in one controller. So that is quite a nice fun thing that they have very kindly sent over. There are some mounting brackets I think in there as well to pop that somewhere, but this is the kind of garage memorabilia that you will know I'm a big fan of, so this is definitely going to be sticking around. Now the next thing that I'd like to show you is that some of you may have noticed that I have a bit of an obsession with swatches. I've got a lot of swatches, and maybe one day I'll show you my full swatch collection, but recently this came out. In this box is a swatch, but not just any normal swatch. There has been a recent collaboration between Swatch and Peanuts, which is Snoopy and Charlie Brown, and I have all of the smaller wearable swatches, but they also released the Swatch Maxi, which sold out very, very, very quickly, so I'm lucky that I got my order in for one of these. But it is quite literally a 2 meter big, or long maybe I should say, swatch. Literally a watch that you mount on the wall. So that's going to go up in the office at some point. It's exactly the same as the matching hee small one, as it's called, which I have as well. So kind of cool, kind of nerdy, I know, but I love this kind of stuff. So that's going to be part of the collection if I can close it up properly. We'll look after that. They've actually become quite valuable quite quickly, these things. So we'll keep that one and treasure it for the time being until we've got the full office set up. For the moment, come on out here with me. Let's go talk about this problem with the Lamborghini and what I might have slightly got wrong with this car. So here's the mistake. Come and have a look at the number plate. And some of you have spotted this. My Italian is not great, so I'm not going to try and read this. But that was an attempt at a quote, like all of the other Shmeemobiles, to link to Ferruccio Lamborghini, the founder of the company. The only problem, as all of the Italians of you out there pointed out, is that's not a quote by Ferruccio Lamborghini. That's actually, you think about making tractors, we know how to make real cars, which is a quote from Enzo Ferrari to Ferruccio Lamborghini. So that's wrong. So we need to find a quote from Ferruccio that we can actually put on this car to match with the likes of the quotes I've got from Gottlieb Daimler, from Henry Ford, from Ferdinand Porsche, from all of the other different manufacturers, founders, or other people connected to the cars, because that's a bit of a mess up. It's quite easy to change these. They're not permanently attached, so we can get some new plates and get a different quote on them. No problem. The only thing is, we do kind of need to get on with that and actually find something. So, like I said, a little mistake, but one that those of you who are very observant had actually spotted along the way. So it's a small thing, but I will get it sorted out at some point soon. Anyway, that's pretty much been it, I think, for today. On a normal day of some errands, visitor in the form of the Bearded Explorer, link down below again, and a few things to get sorted as well with Tom and Brad earlier on, and Mark, Schmark 150, arriving here too. For now though, that's all from here today at the Shmuseum. Until next time.